What's up, everybody? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel. Today we're talking Best Bets College Football Week 10 edition. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. We're also brought to you by Bet365. New users can bet $5 on any market. Whether it wins or loses, you are getting $150 in the form of bonus bets. This is available to those of you in Kentucky, Ohio, New Jersey, Virginia, Iowa, and Colorado. You must be 21 to play. You can be 18 in Kentucky. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, this is the quick hitting edition, essentially, of Betting You, our long form betting podcast. If you just want the picks, top 3-4 picks, this is the video for you. If you want full breakdowns and analysis, it's on this very channel. Myself and Ben Raza dive into all the marquee games. So to get things started, we're going to begin with the premier game of the week, Missouri taking on Georgia. The spread has moved to 15.5 in some spots. 56 is the total. I'll be back in Missouri in this game. It is Georgia's toughest test to date. We recently just saw Missouri come off a bye, which helps a lot of players on this team. They'd been really banged up heading into their final games prior to the bye. Brady Cook hadn't been practicing. They had Cody Schrader, not Garrett Schrader, our friend at Syracuse. Cody Schrader, the running back for Missouri, had been questionable 3 straight games, and now he gets a timely bye to help him. They also had Luther Burden missing practice time, but it's not just that. Enos Rakestraw, starting corner for them, had been banged up. All this is great for Missouri, now having extra rest against a Georgia team that had to play last week. A Georgia team that's still pretty banged up themselves. Lost Brock Bowers. Also haven't had Amarius Mims, their left tackle. He tried to warm up last game, couldn't give it a go. Dan Jackson, one of their rotational safeties, has also been missing time. But Georgia has not covered a lot of spreads this year. They played down to competition, and we've seen them in tight games. Beat South Carolina by 10, beat Auburn by 7. They did blow out Kentucky in Vandy, which is noteworthy. But the Florida game should have been closer than it was too. Florida shooting themselves in the foot on a couple plays. We saw the 4th and 1 where they direct snapped it to a running back and he tried to drop back and pass. Like, I can't explain those things. But this is the toughest opponent that Georgia's faced all year. Brady Cook has a 69.5% completion, 9.3 yards per attempt, 20 big-time throws, 7 turnover-worthy plays, elite mobility, playing behind an awesome offensive line that's 23rd in pass blocking, 5th in run blocking. It's a great Missouri team. Coming off the bye, I think getting 15.5 is too many points. We'll back the Tigers. And speaking of Tigers, we'll go to our second marquee game where we have LSU taking on Alabama. I think this one has gotten a little more difficult to bet because of injuries, especially on the LSU side. We just saw them lose Mekhi Wingo. He's going to be out allegedly till the playoffs. I mean, love the optimism, Mekhi. We'll see if you guys make it. They haven't had Greg Brooks for most of the season. He's a safety. Deuce Chestnut's been away from the team. Transfer corners. Alexander got hurt in their last game. Denver Harris hasn't been playing another corner. And we know this. LSU's secondary is atrocious. But now losing Wingo hurts them. On the other side, like Alabama and Jalen Milroe, very productive. Every game you're going to see 3 or 4 just boneheaded throws from Milroe, but his efficiency is awesome. 64.5% completion, 10.7 yards per attempt, elite mobility, 17 big-time throws, only 8 turnover-worthy plays. The offensive line appears to have gotten a little better. Only 4 pressures allowed versus Tennessee was a great pass rush. I think there's going to be explosive plays. The pacing doesn't exactly set up for, a shootout environment, but man, the defenses do. LSU scores on everybody with Daniels under center, Neighbors, Thomas, those elite receivers. Logan Diggs has been playing really well, and LSU's scored on everybody. Can Bama do their part? And I think the answer is yes. With Milroe having explosive plays, LSU's injuries on defense, the favorite play for me is the over in the game. I think 60.5 is completely fine here. A couple other marquee ones before we head out. Notre Dame, Clemson, maybe not the marquee game we all thought it was going to be with Clemson having 4 losses, but still it's impactful for Notre Dame and it's 2 big name programs. My favorite play in the game is the under. So we have Clemson unable to score on even the weakest of teams. We just saw them face an NC State team who is the gift that keeps on giving in the secondary, and Cade Klubnik couldn't get it done. They only averaged 5.7 yards per pass attempt. On the year, Klubnik has a 63% completion, 6.5 yards per attempt. 7 big-time throws, 13 turnover-worthy plays, only 1.1 yards per carry. Offense isn't doing him any favors with injuries. 2 receivers have been out. Cole Turner's out for the year. They haven't had Antonio Williams recently. Offensive line's been a mess. They haven't had Walker Parks. Mitchell Mays missed their last game. Safety's been a mess. RJ Minkins missed their last game. In addition to that, Jaden Lucas missed a corner for them. Peter Woods, defensive tackle. Justin Maskell, an edge. Will Shipley went into concussion protocol. He's their best player on offense. Clemson's a mess, and they're facing Notre Dame's defense, which ranks top 10 in every major metric: total defense, run defense, pass rush, coverage. Notre Dame's been elite. So right away, I don't think Clemson has success scoring. From there, Notre Dame is happy to play slow, play run heavy, ride Audric Estime and their running backs. Clemson's awesome on defense, so if Notre Dame takes this approach, you could see them have drives stall. Clemson's 6th in defensive efficiency and 1st against the run. Tough stylistic matchup for the Notre Dame offense. And when they throw, Sam Hartman, he has been efficient, but it's a revolving door at receiver. They just lost their best pass catcher and tight end, Mitchell Evans, to an ACL. That doesn't help the offense. So to me, under is the play here. I grab 46. I think anything you can find between 45 and 44 is completely fine. If you have other games you want to hear about, or you want more in-depth breakdowns for these games, check out Betting You on this very podcast. We do 2 episodes a week. We dive deep into all the games in college football. Otherwise, let me know what you think of these games in the comments. If you have a question, I'm at Matt_Gajewski on Twitter. Until next week, good luck, everyone. We'll see you then.